What if I told you you weren't broken and you never were? What if everything you went through was actually helping you remember who you truly are? Hello, my beautiful queens and kings. I know what it feels like when you feel like something's wrong with you because of your past, your pain, or the way people treated you. However, even when you feel less than, you've always known that God, the universe, spirit, whatever you resonate with, is only capable of creating amazing things. So how could something that's so amazing forget about you? You haven't been, and the truth is you're not broken. You're not forgotten. You're just remembering. You're awakening. You were just born into a program, into a matrix, that some might say. From the start, you didn't get a chance to believe or to see who you truly are. You were told what to believe, how to believe it, when to believe it. You were conditioned from the start. You were read books that had these made-up fairy tales where some women were, not some, most women are less than the man, and the woman is locked away in a tower or just somewhere waiting to be rescued by a man. And then once she was rescued, they went off into this magical land and just lived happily ever after. Or perhaps you were sat in front of a TV and TV shows or movies where the world was just always looked at like it was this scary place. You always had to look over your shoulder because something scary was out there, whether it was monsters or, like reality, like other people killing people. Like that happens all the time, right? It's like it happens on every block. It's always around us. Then on top of that, if you are somebody like myself, you're an empath or a light worker, an earth angel, a chosen one, whatever you resonate with, then on top of that, you were born into a toxic, dysfunctional family dynamic. And because you are so empathic and so you care so much about how other people feel, you take on that responsibility that you make sure everybody else is okay at your own expense. And then whenever something does go wrong or somebody else is upset, you're always the one to blame. It's always some way, somehow, it's your fault. Even if you had nothing to do with it, it is some way, somehow turned into you're the problem. And so with that type of conditioning, we're meant to believe that healing is fixing something that's broken, when healing is just you coming back to remembering who you truly were before all of the conditioning started. So you were never broken. You were just covered in layers of survival patterns that made you forget your true self. Remembering who you are, remembering your true divine self, your inner child, your authentic voice. That's you remembering your truth. It's like wiping off dust off of a mirror. The reflection was always there. It was just hard to see it clearly. When you're trying to remember who you truly are, you're going to want to start to implement things like boundaries. Boundaries is like when somebody says that, oh, like, hey, I just want to come over your house at some certain time, but at that time you were planning on taking a nap. But because you've been conditioned to believe that you're less than and you're always the problem, you feel like that may be petty. And it's not. You want to take a nap, and maybe it's not something dramatic as, oh, well, I only slept for like 2 hours and I need to, I'm really tired. It's just like, no, I'd rather just make sure I just feel a little bit tired. I want to get some rest so I can be refreshed for the rest of my day. That's setting a boundary. That's putting yourself first. Another thing when it comes to remembering what peace feels like. But, some of us never experience what true peace is. And so you have to remember not necessarily remember, but you have to begin creating what that peace feels like for you. You're going to create that from scratch because you know that you just deserve it. And another example could be rediscovering joy in the small things in life, like taking a walk or taking a bath, reading a book, or painting your nails. Like, it doesn't have to be something super extravagant or over the top. It can just be just small things that don't even, if you're in a place where you're like, I don't have money for all of that, it's not even stuff that you have to put investments in, financial investment into. This is just something that you just find joy in, the small things, and doing something for you. And another thing is noticing that your worth doesn't depend on approval. And that was a huge one for me, because I would reflect back on my life and be like, man, you have dealt with other people you had no business dealing with. And it'd be because I felt guilty for passing judgment on someone, because that's wrong. Us being empaths, we always see the good in everyone else. We can easily look past any of the negative things because we can see the potential in everyone. But what I had to realize is that you're not judging somebody. You are, but you're not wrong for judging somebody based off of the person that they are right now. Yes, anybody can change if they put the work in. But you have to understand that you're not wrong for passing judgment on somebody for who they currently are right now in your face. Now, if you are willing to take them on as a client and help them and guide them through life, this journey to become the best version of themselves, the highest version of them, that's something completely different. But on a personal level, you are passing judgment. Like, we have to do that. We have to be like, okay, are you worthy enough of being in my life? Do I want to take on your drama, your toxicity? That's up to you. It's okay to pass judgment when it comes to stuff like that, because otherwise you're just allowing every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your presence because everybody is just human. Like, no, we all come here to play roles in each other's lives. So it doesn't matter like, oh, well, this person is a good person to them, but they're not to me, or they're good, I see the potential in them. No, we're not doing that anymore. We've been conditioned to believe that we have to take on everybody, and we don't. There's nothing wrong with that. You know who you are, or maybe you don't, but you have a feeling deep down inside that you are meant for more. You came here to do more. You cannot take on everybody and take on all of their roles and step back in your own show. Like, I won't be the main character in my own show. I'm going to allow everybody else to run the show. No, that's not how that works. You're not going to allow people in who are going to bring you down, all because we were conditioned to not pass judgment on people. No, it's okay. And also remember that healing is a return to your true self, not fixing something. I want to break the myth that healing equals fixing something, because it doesn't. You're just coming back to your true authentic self. And also, healing isn't about becoming somebody new. It's just returning back to who you truly are. And then if you choose to evolve and to grow from there, okay, but you're not just gonna all of a sudden just be just this new person. You are always you. You can refine you, but you are perfect just the way you are. You don't need to be anybody new or anything different. You just need to be you. Remembering who you are, you're going to start getting better at building boundaries instead of feeling guilty for telling somebody no. It's not about guilt anymore. It's about you putting yourself first. And you're going to realize that you're no longer going to deal with people that are beneath you. And this isn't coming out of a judgmental, I'm better than you type of way. Like, no, it's not that at all. It just means what it means. You're not taking on things that are beneath you, that don't match your energetic aura, that just something that just doesn't match you, you're not going to take it on. And when you start remembering who you are, you start to recognize chaotic situations, and you're not going to bring yourself down to those levels. You're simply just going to remove yourself, because you know that I am better than this. I don't have to take on chaotic situations. I can live in peace. It's possible. Like when we think like of how there's other people out there who that aren't even in our energetic field, we don't even know where these people are, but we know that there's people out there that are living their best lives, living their higher self, living in peace. But because we were conditioned to take it on, we feel like we have to make everybody else feel comfortable, so we live in chaotic situations. But when you come into healing, when you come back to remembering yourself, when you come back to remembering your true self, you don't do that anymore. Another thing, when you're remembering yourself, you're choosing love over fear. You're choosing to put yourself first. You're no longer putting yourself or your loved ones in certain situations out of fear because somebody else told you that you should do this. Like, no, you're going to come back to who you truly are. Come back to love, and no longer are you going to be functioning out of fear. And you're also going to remember that you can feel whole even when life isn't perfect, even when everything isn't smooth sailing and you're connecting the dots with everything and everything is just perfect. You're still whole no matter what. You don't have to look for anything outside of you. You know that everything is within you. You're that one. You have that divine guidance. And something that helped me along the way was journaling. Because when you're not able to get out your feelings, or you don't feel safe enough to speak your feelings to somebody else, you internalize everything, and that can start building up and turn into chaos within you. So you want to get that out. Start asking yourself, like, one prompt is, what have I hidden about myself so I can be accepted by other people? And I get it, sometimes we have like extremely busy schedules. We're like, well, I don't have time to journal every day. I got to get up, I got to go here, I got to do this and do this. I'm a single mom. I'm a single dad. I got so many different responsibilities. Journaling isn't something that you have to do every single day. Like, some people are like, oh, have the perfect morning routine, and I journal and I do this and I do that. Maybe that's not what it is. Maybe it's just something like, once you get to a point that you're just so boiled up and you have so many different emotions within you, you don't feel safe speaking to somebody, so you just need to release it and get it out. Maybe it's just something you do just during those moments. Maybe it's just a few times a month, and then the more and more you do it, you start doing it even more, and you're able to come back to yourself because you're releasing these negative emotions and you have a safe place to do it. Start doing self check-ins. Start doing more of what makes you feel alive and just what feels good to you. Because again, we've been conditioned to believe that we have to take on responsibility for how everybody else feels, and we forget about ourselves. So start doing some self check-ins. Start doing the little small things that makes you feel good and makes you feel connected to your higher self again. Something else to help remember who you truly are. Now, this one used to feel so cheesy to me because it just felt corny. It just did. And that is speaking affirmations, like saying, like, I am whole, I am remembering my true self. And at first, yes, it's gonna feel cheesy, it's gonna feel corny, and it's just a little weird. But the more and more you start doing it, it's like a muscle. You start building up that confidence more and more and more, and you're just like, I am whole, I am remembering who I truly am. I am remembering my higher self. And it just becomes second nature. This last practical step I want to leave with you is, it's okay that you may be remembering slowly, because when we want things to come super fast and in a hurry, it leaves super fast in a hurry as well. When you start slowly building up those steps, it's going to last even longer, and it's going to leave a longer impact on you. And that's what we want. We want to finally, once and for all, just be at peace and just be our true selves without the rest of the world and all of this toxicity telling us who we're supposed to be. So the next time you're broken, remind yourself, you're not broken, you're remembering. You're peeling back the layers of pain to find the light that's always been within you. So if this message spoke to your soul, subscribe and share with someone that needs to remember they're not broken either. I'm here every day to help guide you on your healing journey. And if you're looking for deeper support, you can check out the helpful links in the description. And until next time, I love you, and the universe loves you.